Whenever we look at this, all that matters is whether there's an uptrend or a downtrend, or I'm sure some people would even call this a range. They'd call this a range with a fake out here to the top for a few weeks and a fake out here to the bottom for a couple months. What I do is I keep it so ridiculously simple because here's the way I approach it. I say, look, if it gets here into this area where it's bounced multiple times on the weekly chart for the past 3 years, all that means is that if I'm entering here and I put a stop above the zone or a target below the zone, if it continues up in the quote unquote uptrend, then I will get stopped out and I'll lose a portion of the trade, right? Sometimes I'll just close before it even gets to the stop loss, and I teach this in my free trading video. If it breaks above the zone, you can just get out a little bit early, but if it starts going into profit, you just hold it all the way to the profit target, right? So my profit target is probably something like this. Very, very simple to structure it this way, and I think it's a lot better and a lot more useful than saying, oh, the trend's your friend, bro, just buy in an uptrend, sell in a downtrend. Then you're cursed for all of eternity trying to decide whether or not something's in fact in a trend that could end at any moment, because of course if you do the whole expression, this is the trend is your friend until it ends. When do you know when it's going to end? No, you have no clue when it's going to end, and you don't even know if it's a trend to begin with, and it's all subjected to begin with. So we're all just arguing over essentially astrology here. That's why it's just not useful. Whenever I sold here at this resistance zone, I have the idea that if it goes above this arbitrary area, this arbitrary line, this arbitrary rectangle I've drawn on the chart where prices bounced multiple times before, I will lose the trade to some degree of loss. Maybe I close when it breaks the recent high and I close it halfway to the stop and I lose 25K on this trade. Or maybe, I hold it all the way to the profit target and I make 50K. Maybe I close it break even if it starts going sideways for the next week or two.